His name, but he designed a winery, and his wife is a jeweler.
Smiljan Radic.
Sorry?
Smiljan Radic, maybe?
I think it might be, yes. Is his wife a jeweler?
Not sure.
Both of them, they came to Melbourne about 10 years ago.
But he has a winery with stones.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's a Smiljan.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you have projects in, not projects, but you made some plans for some cities in Chile.
No, I didn't.
Or Jan.
Jan might have, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I've been working for the City of Melbourne for 33 years now.
Okay,
so
okay.
I've just been there. It's such a lovely city. Good job.
Chile needs a lot new plans to rethink.
Yep.
So
All
let's
set?
start.
Where do you want me to look, camera or here? Yeah.
There you go.
Good.
Yeah. At least in my country, it's usual to hear the people saying, I can design my own house, or I want to design my own house. And if they don't have enough money, they try to avoid spending money on architects as much as possible. Yeah. They say to us, oh, just make a fast drawing, I pay you a little. This makes sense to you? Maybe not in Australia, but...
I think this is a universal problem. In
Yeah.
fact, architects design very few buildings.
So the question is, are we really necessary? Or how would you argue that architects are a relevant actor in today's world?
Well, I think are architects relevant in today's society? I think they are. In fact, they are going to be more important now than they've ever been. Because as our cities double in their population, and urbanisation is going to see cities double. Melbourne will go from 4.2 million to 10 million by 2050. It's more than double. You're going to need people who understand the way of solving problems, to get efficiency out of sites, to make buildings work more efficiently, to make them exciting buildings to live in. For the very small percentage of the fee that you pay when you build something, to use someone who can design like an architect, a good architect, is, I think, going to be absolutely essential. But architects have one lesson they need to learn, and that is that they're not just designing a building, they're designing a city. And they're designing around something that's called a street. It makes up 80% of the space, public space of a city, is a street. They need to make that a better street when they leave than when they arrived.
The second one is maybe it's related with your work in Melbourne. How is your personal process of connecting with the users of the project that you are designing? And how do you manage to understand what they really need?
I think that's a very good question. I mean, how do you get engaged with the public? And when I first came to my job 33 years ago, we used to have what I called a town hall meeting, and people would come to the town hall and meet. And then I noticed it was the same 20 people who came to the town hall every time. So the conversation was very small. So we decided to change that. We don't have town hall meetings anymore. What we try and do is engage a wider public. And this is where technology is helping us. So if we write a strategy, sometimes we write it as a wiki, and people can actually edit the strategy. We don't always accept their edits, but they can come in. When we did an urban forest strategy for Melbourne, because the trees were dying because of climate change, we actually gave every tree an email number, and we gave the history of that tree, the type of tree, how long it's going to live, how much water it needed, and people then started to write to the tree. They started to engage with the tree. This way we increased the audience from the 20 people in the town hall to thousands of people that we could talk to. And this made the answers more exciting because you had a wider demography from young people to old people, from different cultures, etc. So we're increasingly trying to work with that wider audience and using technology to help us.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah.